Okay, so in this video, let's gonna understand what is a class, and we're gonna create objects from a class. Okay? So first of all, when you hear a class, think about a template, a blueprint. Okay, so like a house. When you're gonna build a house, people follow the blueprint for the house. This is why you see many houses that they look the same, right? Because they follow a blueprint, like the cookie cutter, right? And the cookie cutter is the template, the class, and the cookies are the real object, the same thing, blueprint for a house, and the house is the object. The same thing is in programming. You have a class, that is the blueprint, and using this class, you're gonna create objects. So in your class, in your template, you will have to code all the specification, okay, that your object are gonna have. For example, what happens if you have the class student? Okay, what do you need to represent a student? Maybe the student needs, for example, name, right? Phone. For sure, they need an ID, right? Correct? There could be more attributes, right? Address, right? There could be more attributes, right? What else? You know, class name, date of birth, many things. Okay, let's gonna define just a few attributes. Okay, so now we're gonna code the template, the blueprint. Okay, so when you code the blueprint, it's gonna use IntelliJ there, you can use Eclipse, whatever. You have a class name, student. Okay, and here, let's gonna define the attribute, the data that we need to represent a student. We call attribute or fields. Okay, so let's gonna say string ID, right? What else do we need? String name, string phone number, semicolon, right? Many programming languages. Okay, phone and address, maybe a string as well. Okay, this is the first thing that you will have to do. And then now there is something that you will have to do is create a constructor. And what is a constructor is a special method that it's gonna be executed every time that you're gonna create the object. Okay? What is that? Let me use the tool that is here. Maybe it's here. All tools like Eclipse have option to generate a code. Let me generate, maybe, yes, generate here. Constructor. If I put select none, I'm gonna create the default constructor. Okay, default constructor is mean that a special method that have the same name as the class and parentheses is empty. This special method that have the same name as the class is called constructor. Default constructor, nothing inside parentheses. This is the method that we're going to use every time that we're going to create a student object without data. And for sure, you can have overloader constructor. What is that? Overloader constructor. The constructor select all of them. Okay. Now, this is here. There should be an option to generate all of them. Generate constructor. Oh, okay. Now I selected all of them and then, okay, see what happened. The same name student, same name as the class. So this is another method, but this method has some arguments. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're gonna create an object passing 4 parameters. And here you are gonna assign whatever you receive in ID to the attribute. This means like the current object that you are gonna assign the data that you are gonna receive here. Name pass to the object, the attribute name, phone pass to the object, address pass to the object. So this constructor allows you to create an object with data, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 parameters. It's gonna test in some minutes. And for sure, you're gonna need the getter and the setters. Generate, getter and setter. Okay. IntelliJ create the getter and the setter. What are the getters? When you need to know what is the current name, you're gonna call get name. And get name is gonna return the current name. The current name that you already have. For example, when you create an object in the computer memory, you have something like this. For example, okay, overload constructor. For example, what is the syntax to create an object? The class, the reference variable, new, and now you call the method, the constructor that you define here. So you can call this one without no data, or you can call this one and pass 4 parameters, for example. Using one, number, one more, press, for example, okay, see. Okay, so when you execute this one, In the main method, you are calling the method student with 4 parameters. 1, 2, 3, 4 parameters. So let me use a snip. I'll go to Excel. Okay. So see what happened. You call student. This is a student. You pass 001. You pass Omar Toledo. You pass this phone number. And you pass the address. Okay? As you can see there, you are creating an object. And you call the constructor. It have the name of the class, student, here student, and you pass the data. They match here with a number of parameters. So what happened now? You are receiving 001. So ID is 001. So you're going to assign 001 to this ID. This ID is the current object that you're creating. You're going to have here 001. What else? This name here, the current object. You're going to pass Omar Toledo. So you're going to write. Then what else? Phone number. Phone number. The address. Okay. So your object is going to be like this in the computer memory. Okay. So when you use get ID, or long day. So if you call STU, why STU? Because this is a variable that I use here. The object student, to reach the object student, you will have to use STU. This is the variable that it's going to help us to manipulate the object. STU that get. So if you execute that, you are calling this method. And this method is going to return the ID. What is the ID? 001. So it's going to return 001. So this is basically how the object works. Here, let me see. Good idea to use private. Why? Because we're going to encapsulate the data. So when you make the attribute private, nobody's going to have direct access to add the values to the attribute. You will have to use the setters to modify the object. We're gonna do some example, don't worry. Okay, so basically this is that what's happening. So this is our class student, the template. Now let's gonna create um, demonstrate. I'm gonna create the main methods here. Here, now in this method, let's gonna create a student. Student equal, okay? So let's gonna use system out, and let's gonna do something. A student name, okay? Use stu, the variable to manipulate the object is stu dot get name. Let's gonna do student on stu. Remember, stu is like the remote control that is gonna help you to manage the TV. So you create the object here, new, you're creating the object, and stu is the variable that is gonna help you to manage the object. So stu dot get phone. Okay, and then what happens if we modify, see that you don't see the attribute, I see the setter. So if you modify the student, modify here, remove private, for example, for only those attributes, see what happens here. See that name ID, you are gonna be able to see that because you remove the private. It's gonna put private again, put it back. Private. Be back. Let me go here. Set font. Set font, if you notice, see that set name, set font. You receive a phone number and you assign this phone number to the attribute. Okay, so here, It's gonna do a new phone number. Okay. Gonna modify that, and then let's gonna print again the phone number. Okay, it's gonna run. Maybe my PC is too slow. Okay, now it's taking forever. Here we go. Yes, we modify the data for the object. You see, we use the getter, get name, get phone, and then we use the setter, set phone, modify the data for the object. And you see now that the phone was updated. So this is basically what we can do with uh, a class and an object. Okay, so I hope this video helped you.